Welcome. Episode 57 of Hip Hop's High Society's Roundtable Hip Hop Discussion. And without further ado, let's jump right into it and introduce my esteemed co-hosts. We got first and foremost the one and only Rice Cube today, aka Cassius Cam.
I get a giggle for that one.
Oh man, you know all rice ain't white, bro. Spanish rice.
Yeah, I know that. I got a bone to pick though, because you were hating on Shoulder Boy. Shoulder Boy's a fire ass nickname. All right,
man. C-, bro.
Nah, you hating. No, you gave me a D-. That's absurd.
Still D's get degrees, brother. But good to have you here, man. We got the one and only Mace, Murder Mace, aka J Cloud. What's going on with you?
What's going on, y'all?
All right, good to have you in there, super producing. We got the what the fuck is going on here? Are you afraid of the dark? What the fuck is going on? You bring back memories around this bit. The one and only Southside Gunner. What's going on, Grim Reaper?
It's a wonderful day to just piss everybody off and ruin everybody's day. I love it.
He's in rare form, folks. He's in rare motherfucking form. And if you're
early
up in here,
he's in regular form. He's diabolical every day. Ain't nothing rare about that.
Nah, he be down some days, bro. He be down, bro. I be seeing him, bro. He be like Eeyore and that fucking with the little fucking rain cloud above him. But he's up today. Good to have you, bro. In your normal form, I guess. If you're one of the first Sawbuck up in here, make sure y'all hit that share button. Let everybody know we live right now. Get these people up in here. Let's get them comments flowing. First and foremost, we watched the annual EBT. Goddamn, you keep doing it. BET Awards. And
you said EBT Awards.
Hey man,
Could you imagine the annual EBT Awards? That'd be wild.
It's kind of the same thing, but it's force hat, bro. But we got the award show. I actually thought it was a little bit better as far as the production this year. I watched about half of it, but you did actually have like big acts. Like the other years, man, you had like awards and nobody's there, but they had like people like Mariah, Carey, Kendrick, Lamar showing up, things like that. So if I'm gonna ask y'all first and foremost if you watched it, and what do you think of it, and is it trending upwards? You know what I'm saying? Whoever want to chime in as I pull up the video here.
I watched a lot of the clips, and it seems like it's better than it's production-wise, and as far as like momentum goes, it was better than anything I remember in the past. I mean, decade almost. So.
Yeah, didn't one year they did it in a club or some shit, or wasn't in the sun?
It was last year when they did it in some nightclub.
Oh, that might have been the Hip Hop Awards.
They went because last year it was pre-recorded. This year it was a 4-hour and 45-minute show on Monday. It's funny. Yeah, we very anti-black here. It's very funny when you think about it because they have been getting made fun of for not having stars at the show. And this go around, they actually had pretty much everybody who had been relevant in the last, I would say, 6-ish months for the most part to take part in the show. And of course, this is different. I think people have to understand this is different than the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Right.
They're not the same. So this is where they have to hone in on more than just hip hop. They still have this problem with combining R&B and pop, but that's another discussion for another day. But then they also do gospel and things like that. So I wouldn't say it's trending upward because this could be an anomaly where it's like, oh, they have one pretty decent show over the last couple of years, but it was, for what it is, knowing that BET be on some bullshit, for what it is, it wasn't bad. I will say that.
Fair enough. I think that's fair enough. Anybody else got to check it out? What you think of the production in general? Or did nobody else watch that shit?
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't watch the shit. I was too busy watching Jey Uso lose the World Heavyweight Championship. So
Oh,
some
nasty
type of way about that shit. Yeah, I felt some type of way about that. So I really didn't watch it per se. It was just kind of like background music. Now my wife watched it, but that's not. I'm not big on award shows because they don't give the right people the right awards or people who be in categories like Shabuzi was named in Best New Artist. It was like he was a nominee for Best New Artist. Light bulb went in my head. Shabuzi been around since 2022. How are we? That don't make sense. That's like Ben Simmons winning Rookie of the Year.
But you know how they do it, bro. They go off when like your first hit. They don't necessarily. It'll be people that've been in the game 10 years.
Yeah,
and they'll call them a new artist.
But that's where I have the issue because it doesn't really give the shine to the people who kind of deserve it most, because there are actual new artists who kind of need this platform, even if it's just BET. There are new artists who need this type of platform to be showcased, and we don't have that. Like the BET Hip Hop Awards not doing the ciphers or just reusing the same people over them same tired ass beats. It's not giving those people who actually need this type of publicity the actual platform that they need.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of new performers either.
No, it's the same motherfuckers they thought. It's the same people doing the same TikTok songs. And
I don't know about
Leon,
that, bro. Leon Thomas.
Yeah, Leon Thomas.
And then in between on that little stage, they had a bunch of new people performing in between.
Him winning Best New Artist was what threw me off. Because I was like, how are we just now learning about Leon Thomas? He's been around.
Bro, everybody don't listen to 2,000 albums a year like you, dog.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody's so late, and I guess maybe that's partially why I can't watch award shows, because it's like the categories that they have, like the best group category is a prime example of something that makes no sense. When I think hip hop groups, or when I think groups in general, I think of a group like a Flatbush Zombies or the Suicide Boys, or just, for example, just like people who actually make music together as a group, not two people who just came together for a collab album. Dange Loaf and Jacquees being nominated for best group makes zero sense.
They got like a couple projects together though. What point do you become a group?
Fucking group, bro. It's two individuals who just so happen to make a collab project.
Well, what's the criteria for a group, dog? If you have 3-4 projects together, are you not a group?
You need at least a name or something. Name the faction.
I was just about to do the wrestling fucking.
I was gonna say, like, name the faction. Give me something. Give me something, bro. Like,
oh man. And as we see here, Kendrick Lamar, of course, get the lion's share. I think they was late. I think him and SZA came late. I'm surprised they came as they on tour.
Oh my God. What an amazing night, man.
Go back.
Here you go. Take all that right there. All right. Yeah.
I say when he came later, they gave him all of his awards for one
be
time.
Responsible for how you get out of here with him. It is what it is.
Damn, bro. It's crazy how little Kevin Hart is, because Kendrick is a tiny man.
I was gonna say, I was just getting ready to point out, I was like, that's sad. They almost looking eye to eye. That's how short these niggas are.
Yeah, some little motherfuckers, bro. But I heard most entertainers are little motherfuckers, low key. Like,
Kevin like 4 feet tall.
I seen Jeezy towering above somebody. And he like 5'9". Here are the 2025 BET Award winners full list. So let me see if this cooperate. Album of the year, GNX, of course. What else we got here?
Best really do need to name that faction. That's real. That's real. I mean, Kendrick gonna win. Like, this right here is what throws me off. Like, when they be having like best R&B and pop, I'm like, we gotta separate that category. I understand there's not a lot of black pop artists in the world, but we gotta figure out a way to separate that shit.
Bro, Billboard be tripping. Best male R&B pop artist, Chris Breezy.
He's gonna go on tour. That's the only reason why.
Some of these people didn't even drop projects though. You know what'd be weird, bro? When they do winners of shit, like they had Nicki Minaj nominated for. Did she even drop a project? I guess she did drop a bullshit project.
No, Bruno Mars ain't dropped nothing. Chris Friday. Chris finna go on tour. Chris ain't even dropped nothing. Teddy released something. Weeknd dropped something. Usher
okay,
dropped
now I see what you're saying. Future and Metro best group.
You see what I'm saying? That's not. You see what I'm saying? That's not like Common and Pete Rock, not a group. Like 4-1 is a group. Flow is a group. Like Larry, and I love Larry 2 Chainz Alchemist. That's not a group. That's just 2.5 niggas who came together and made an exemplary album.
Yeah, it's not like an atmosphere or something like that.
Alchemist collabs with so many other people that you can't say like, oh, he's a part of this group. That
a producer and a rapper can't be a group, bro. Yeah,
of course they can. Of course they can. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call Gangstar, Run the Jewels, Atmosphere. Like those are people that were completely tied in with each other for the whole duration of their careers.
Run the Jewels, he does spit every once in a while. Like some of them groups, they do spit.
But and the crazy part is like Onyx just dropped an album not too long ago. Where's their recognition?
Did you listen to that?
You see what I'm saying? Like we have groups.
Well, yeah, Onyx had a crazy feature on that Vinny album too.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not popular enough. They plan the clickbait. I think BET does the clickbait shit too.
Where they do because this it is funny. It's like they come together and they say, name every single artist that is mainstream that we can think of, and let's just throw them in one category because that's exactly what this shit is every time, and it goes for every category. And it's not to say that somebody like a Kendrick or a Doechii don't deserve their awards, but it's just some of the people who be nominated don't deserve to be in there.
And they messy too. They put Family Matters and Video of the Year with Not Like Us. They messy, bro.
They did that on purpose. Yeah,
that's some messy shit, bro.
They kind of had to though.
But it wasn't even. It was just a video of them destroying a van. It was more like a visual more than anything. It really wasn't even like a full video.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Southside. I take back my praise. These motherfuckers is TMZing it up.
The Viewers' Choice Award is the only thing I will let slide because, again, it is voted on by fans. And I know for a fact, because Chris Brown getting ready to go on this tour, that he's the flavor of the month. Pause.
Breezy. I didn't hit the button fast enough. I should have gave you the money.
Yeah, that was insane. That was insane. I didn't want to finish the sentence, but I kind of had to. But yeah.
Any surprises in this shit? Denzel Washington do any fucking thing this year?
The only thing that is very surprising to me was Angel Reese winning Sportswoman of the Year.
For 33% from the field.
That was the only because we think about what Sha'Carri Richardson was doing during the Olympics. Same thing with Simone Biles. Hell, the whole U.S. women's gymnastics team, just Clarissa Shields, I would have been fine with that. Asia Wilson had a great year again, like she always fucking does. So yeah, it could have been any woman on the U.S. women's basketball team that won the gold medal. Like it could have been any one of them. So I just feel like they picked Angel Reese because it was the most popular thing to do because of the podcast that she has.
Bro, that Instagram reel where Buddy goes into the grocery store and gets the box of Reese's Puffs and tries to throw it in the cart and he keeps missing the one that's got her on it, like the box of Wheaties. I lose my shit every single time I see it.
Bro, she's shooting like 35% from. I've never seen a post player shoot under. That's crazy.
She's not a post player.
What is she then, bro?
She
power forward, isn't she?
She a power forward. What I'm saying is she ain't got no post moves. She don't have no game.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like that's her position, but she's not like
she out there like
capable.
Yeah, she out there like a female Dennis Rodman. That shit's crazy.
Dennis Rodman could score if he wanted to.
Dennis Rodman could score, but he didn't have to.
Yeah, and that boy had defense. That motherfucker was a glove, dude.
We turning it is what it is around this bitch. Let's before we lull J Cloud to sleep. Did you watch the war show, man? You been quiet over there.
Nah, man.
You don't watch that nigga like I don't.
I seen one clip. I seen the Snoop performing. That's it, and it looks good. Like the production value looks obviously way better than before, but you know that's not really saying much.
Viacom opening up them purse strings around this bitch. But yeah, that's all I got. Anything else on the BET Awards? Do we think, or ultimately, it's on the uptrend? Is it going to continue? Think they'll continue to put some money in that bitch? This is just a one-off.
I mean, you can't really tell yet.
No, yeah, you can't tell. It depends on realistically how. Depends on what they do throughout the year. I think it was very easy for them to kind of go with a lot of the awards because Kendrick kind of made it easy for him.
Yeah.
If that beef doesn't happen, you don't have a lot of material to kind of work with. So I think that kind of helped. And I think just the inflection of more artists that are black that are actually getting this mainstream attention kind of helps. But I mean, BET don't really do anything musically throughout the year to keep people engaged because it ain't nothing for them to just fire up the Rap City studio and just bring people in and just let people rap. Like it's either the artist can't do it or BET don't want to fund it. But the money, people still make music videos. The only way you're gonna find them shits is if you're on Spotify or Apple Music or on YouTube. And if you ain't got the premium, you watching ads.
You gotta get the premium, dog. They make
that's a good point. I mean, hip hop entertainment, but hip hop specifically last year was so busy and in the forefront that I mean, this could just be like a blip on the radar. Yeah. If it's a dud year, it's a dud year. Like, what are they supposed to talk about?
Exactly. And Drake's album dropping with P&D this year is somewhat kind of helping. I think because of the discourse around the Super Bowl this year, I think that kind of helps. It got us through the first half of the year, well, the first kind of like quarter of the year. Like the Super Bowl shit was that first quarter type shit. Now that when you're in the summer, it's like, okay, what's the song of the summer? Who's dropping great music? What we gonna do? Like everybody chasing that summer 2016 high shit, and it's like we're probably not gonna get that.
When was the last time there was a BET Cypher?
They did it last year. That was the one with the whack one when they was in the car and shit. It was
they do one, I think, every year.
You know who's taking over the Cypher space right now? And it's dope to see is Red Bull.
Mm-hmm. Red Bull just been doing everything.
Yeah, the Red Bull spiral, like, I mean, I hope because they're kind of doing like a Legends thing right now. I mean, they kind of went more recent with the last one with Joey and Ab and whatnot. But before that, it was all like Legends. I want to see them lean more into what they were doing. Maybe they can get some younger people in there too.
It's better than what On the Radar is doing because On the Radar just let people come up there and rap alongside
their tracks.
They don't actually mean them shits rapping. Some people do. I will say that because B.I.B. the Pac-Man be in that bitch rapping. Now he be saying some off the wall type shit, but he actually be in that bitch rapping.
Man, yeah, that should be hip hop karaoke, dog. At this point, have some on the radar, fucking shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. There's another channel that we posted a few times. It's called Ripe or Rotten, and Ripe or Rotten is a good cipher because there's a huge void in that space right now.
It is.
So hopefully they can capitalize on that.
Hopefully they can.
Any comments there, Cam, bro? Anything worthy of popping up there?
Now we all caught up.
I bet. All right, so let's go to the website, and this actually can take us into the next topic we got here of Mr. Wayne, Mr. Carter. So check us out, man. Make sure y'all hit the website. We do more than just yap on the motherfucking podcast. We also review music. We do interviews, all that good shit. We got the Aesop Rock drop today. Make sure y'all check that out by Cam, bro. Good review for sure. Y'all Ra got that up there. Shout out to the homie Obi-Wan Kenobi. I did the Wayne shit, and that's what we're gonna go to next. In comparison to Mr. Southside, I believe you gave it a 4.3.
I gave it out 4.3.
I gave that shit a tree. God damn it. Shit was rough, bro. If you could cut out the second half of that fucking album, I probably gave it an 8, bro. If you just stopped at track 12 or some shit.
An 8 is crazy.
That
shit wouldn't get no higher. That shit wouldn't get no higher than a 5, to be quite honest.
Well, the first half, bro, that Welcome to the Carter shit was dope.
The first track,
that shit with Big X to plug.
The intro was nice, and then the first track was fine. The Big X feature was good. Can't complain about that. But I think what I had a problem with, and I think a lot of people kind of really wasn't kind of understanding, was that the production was actually boring as fuck. Like, it was terrible. Like, I don't think he really thought that shit through, because we got these originals. We got some of these sounds that sounds like deep cuts from I'm Not a Human Being 2, and then you got a random ass drill beat thrown on there. And it's like, why? And then we get these tracks where it's supposed to be him being melodic, and then we get these, once again, these deep cuts that kind of feel like leftovers off of the Carter 4 or the Carter 5. So, like, the Band and N.O. song sounds completely out of place. Right. And then when you listen to the feature with Bono right after,
oh God, why you remind me of that shit?
Now, but you see my point though. How do we get a New Orleans bounce, a drill beat, deep cuts from I'm Not a Human Being 2, and then whatever the fucking track 7 was?
Some Irish folk music? That's pretty crazy.
That's on production alone, that killed the entire project.
It did. It did.
Especially when you consider how it started. It started like a Carter album, and you didn't even get 4 tracks. By the time you got to the Jelly Roll, first of all, if I ever in my fucking life hear Jelly Roll and Big Sean on the same song together, that would be the last day I am living.
Why Jelly Roll gotta get the hate, bro? I like
it's not Jelly Roll, and I want y'all to understand it's not because of Jelly Roll. I can handle Jelly Roll. His music ain't that bad. It's Big Sean.
You and the Big Sean. What Big Sean? You know what you got.
You know the sad part. You know the sad part about this. Big Sean had the best verse on the whole album.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's ass. And he had the best verse. That's coming from me.
Hey, but Big Sean's always been a better feature and cypher rapper than songmaker. Like 100%.
I will give him that because, ironically, my favorite verse off "Looking for Trouble" is his. I mean, like, Big Sean has his moments, so I was just like, eh.
Yeah,
that's not the best song though.
I'm just glad good one on that bitch.
The best song, man. The best song, in my opinion, is probably the second. Like, not the second song. The first like song.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, track number 2.
Yeah, but that shit. When you listen to it, that shit ruins it for me. Like, I can't listen to that. Like, welcome to the card. Like, now I know you went on fucking Suno or Udio and you type that shit in. Like, oh, sing 70s soul about the card. Like, that shit ruins it for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I think,
hey, Cloud, I want to know what your initial reaction was when you heard the instrumental of the Peanuts and Elephant shit.
Oh my God.
Man.
The shit that sounded like he made it on a 1985 Casio keyboard that he got at a thrift store, that one?
Yeah, you know that meme where it's the coach taking the headphones off with the disgusted face. That's that was my reaction.
That shit sound like a lost level in Mario, bro. Like,
Didn't it?
you know what I mean? Like, that shit's terrible, dog. Like, but that's the whole problem with the project. I've never seen it's not the rapping, right? Nobody is saying
No, it's the rapping.
I mean, it's Wayne, bro.
That's the problem. Is like we've been hearing like he not the Hot Boys Lil Wayne, and then like we kind of transitioned out of that, and he got in his 20s. It's like it got a little different. But once he got into that Wayne, that bag where it's like, all right, he on the lean, he doing this, he kind of stayed in that box. Nothing he does is different. It sounds like all his raps at this point sound exactly the same. It don't matter what beat you put behind it. All I can hear is Weezy F Baby and the F is for phenomenal every fucking time.
You love that. That's
because that's crazy. That shit is insane. The average nigga thinks that shit is wonderful. I married an English teacher, my nigga. That shit does not fly over here. I can't do that. I can't do that, bro.
So we got go ahead.
I mean, part of the reaction, and rightfully so, is like, as you guys already talked about, when the album opened up, I'm sure a lot of people were like relieved for the first couple of songs. They were like, oh, finally, like, here we go. And then to get that carpet yanked out from underneath their feet less than halfway through, it's just like people
it happened so quick.
People were mad, you know?
Because it happened so fast, because it was like, it's literally like one of those times where like you finally got, like, you was dreaming of getting this great burger. You bite into that bitch. It's a tomato in that motherfucker.
There's a fingernail in that motherfucker.
It's cold in the middle. You like, damn.
Yo, I'm down at these comments, man. This dude, Tread Basura.
Hey, man, I don't disagree with any. If you call the shit trash, I agree with you. I think you are correct. I think you were validated in what you're saying, because it is. People are gonna highlight the fact that this album is number 1 on Apple Music, or it was number 1 on Spotify, or it's got great first day listening numbers and this, that, and the fourth. The only reason why motherfuckers, the numbers are what they are, is because everybody and their mother wanted to hear what the fuck was coming out.
Right.
These numbers are not indicative of how good this project is. And I need you niggas to understand that. That is not because of that.
I think that's everybody, though. It's that curiosity. Like, even if you like, what they say, all publicity is good publicity, right? So even if you trash something, people want to see the car crash. You know,
I agree. I hate adding to people's streams on like Apple Music and shit. So I will listen to shit on my SoundCloud out of spite. I have no problems fucking up my SoundCloud algorithm, because I can always go and like a couple of songs that I like and it's fixed. You can't do that shit that easily on Spotify or Apple Music. That shit is a whole different game. Once you fuck up that, especially on YouTube Music, once you fuck up that algorithm, it's done. You listen to one bad album, that's all that shit gonna recommend to you.
And speaking of which, we talk about the numbers, right? The curiosity plays. Even if you take that to account, right? The Carter 6 brought in 14.2 million first day streams on Spotify, which is a great number for anybody else, right? But for Wayne, like, in comparison, Carter 5 released in 2018 debuted to 66 million streams. Now, they did change recently how they count streams. That could account for part of it, but that's still what you're talking, a quarter drop off, you know, for 25. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 75% drop. So that's crazy in itself. So I think this kind of speaking to itself, and the longevity will be the big test. Like, if something's good, people will continue to stream it. If it's not, the curiosity drops out after a week. You feel me? It's over with. So
how do you guys take 6 out of the equation completely? How do you rank 1 through 5?
That's a good question.
Probably Probably between like 1 or 2 for the first, and then 3, and then it doesn't even fucking matter after that.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
I got you can debate 2, 1, and 3. I mean, that's the order I'd put them in. Or no, I think I did 2, 3, 1. But all that's kind of interchangeable. That's like super subjective. But after that, it's like, what are we doing? You know?
Yeah, man, they all kind of the same after a while. I don't know what happened, right?
Well, I'll give 4 some. 4 might be 4 just because it has 6 foot, 7 foot. Because that's the last
always the way it is, though, right? It's this one. The difference between this Carter and the other Carters, I think, bro, is there's no hits on this. Where's the fucking hit at?
Well, no, I mean 5 didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, didn't 5 have what's it called? Up Rock? This joint with Swiss?
What's that 4? I think 4 had like 2 or 3. It had you had the Kendrick Lamar shit on one of that Mona Lisa.
That shit was trash.
But it was a popular song. People fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? What's popular? What's gonna be popular on this motherfucker? You feel me? I can't tell you, bro. Is they gonna shoot a video for any of this shit? I don't know. You know what I
mean? Nah.
Yeah, 5 didn't have shit on it. I mean the main track
5 didn't have Up Rock.
Had Mona Lisa. Nope.
What was Up Rock on then? Damn,
it was 23 songs. 23 duds. No way.
You got some music, some playing background here. Echo on it on your cloud. Let's see here. Let me share something here, and then we got the impressions on Reddit, which is normally a pretty milquetoast place, but unfortunately, this feels like one of those posthumous albums where only half of it was completed by the artists and their producers, then finished up by some random music execs. That's how I feel like they plastered Wayne on some beats that was like made, the type beats. You know what I'm saying? Like Cash Money should have paid those producers, i.e. Bangladesh, when Wayne was in his prime. Noticeable reduction, drop off post Carter 4. Wayne can still rap, it's just not good music. I think that's the sentiment I think this nails it on the head right here. It's even people going viral right now, taking Wayne's verse and they redoing the production on their own. Like that shit's going viral on TikTok right now, where they making the song sound palatable, bro. Like some of the shit, like they completely fixed that elephant shit. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Man, I don't know if he's gonna keep making music, but if he does, he's just gotta he's gotta turn down, bro. He's an unk. Like you gotta chill. You gotta stop trying to wild out on every song. You know, just get introspective on some shit. You have the capabilities to do so. So.
I found this one kind of funny too. The Carter 6 is exactly what Andre 3000 afraid of. Yo, Dre Stacks got to catch the strays, bro. I don't think that's it, but I guess it could be, bro. That might be why Cardi B. I mean, a lot of artists probably got that anxiety, right? That's why Cardi B ain't dropped no shit later or whatever, right?
Yeah, but 3K couldn't make something that bad on purpose, so.
I don't know, man. He run around with a piano on his back and shit like that, bro. He might be in some.
What's funny is this tweet is kind of incorrect in a sense. But because it's not like Andre is afraid of rapping. He just said, "I don't really have nothing to talk about," because in his life, nothing is going on, but if we vaguely remember, Andre 3000 got Killer Mike a fucking Grammy. So let's pump the brakes on that just a little bit.
Hey, here's Jay Hilfiger says it's been a weak year in hip hop so far. I don't entirely
Did you just
agree.
see the website? No, I don't think so. Ray Vaughn dropped.
I beg to differ.
I disagree because the God Fahim just dropped Hyperbolic Time Chamber Rap 13.
we got
So-
an ASAP Rock album. We got Vinnie Paz. We got Larry. We had
Step Brothers.
Ray Vaughn, Step Brothers. We've had countless, and we had Key Glock, who contributed something great.
A little bit of West Side Gun.
West Side Gun has 2 great projects. Working on a 3rd. This has been one of the most underrated years, I would say, for hip hop, just in general, because the mainstream rappers may have been dropping some dookie, but the ones that you don't expect, or the ones that y'all don't be checking for, those be the ones who've been releasing some great music. Because everybody we just named has dropped something. We got an Exhibit album in 2025,
and it was good.
It sounded good.
Yeah, and it was good.
This is actually a good year for hip hop. So I don't necessarily. I would say this has not been a great year for new mainstream hip hop artists. I would say that, because what the fuck was Boss Man D-Lo doing? You know what I'm saying?
Are we expecting greatness from Boss Man D-Lo?
I know. No. And we're gonna know what type of year we get when this double XL freshman cover drop. That's gonna determine how the rest of the year gonna go. Because if there's some bullshit motherfuckers on that list, you already know how it's going. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
All right. Any last thoughts on Wayne? Are we done bashing the car? You know what, bro? I think did y'all listen to the 2 Chainz joint, the collaboration album yet?
With who?
With Chainz, with 2 Chainz. Came
Yeah,
out with like
the one. Are you talking about the one with Wayne and 2 Chainz?
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's in a space where he needs to do like collaborative, because I feel like Wayne is his best. Like when he had that Benny the Butcher feature, whatever.
Wayne is better when people are pushing him to actually write.
Exactly.
When he's collabing with Tyler the Creator, or when he's collabing, somehow somebody might pull out a random Wayne feature, and you swear to God to yourself, it's like, oh, this is the best Wayne I've heard in a long time. It's because he sounds refreshing on other people's shit. When he's on his own shit, he sounds exactly the same. It ain't nothing. Again, Wayne, all these, and anybody who has seen my Twitter account today, because you fuckers are in my comments, I see everything. Y'all are okay with the microwave music being made, and that's just what Wayne has been doing. He's comfortable. He's in a spot. That music he's been making, Weezy F Baby, whatever the F is standing for today, F is for finish line. That's what y'all been fucking with.
I feel you, man.
So Wayne, he got to actually do something worth, doing something great on somebody else's album. Shit is amazing.
That's a good one right there.
Jay Hilfiger says, do you think Luda would drop his album?
Oh, my father? He better. I told him multiple times to drop the album. I don't know if he gonna listen to me though. He went for cigarettes and he became a movie star. He never came back.
Get the fuck out.
I seen him rapping. I walked in the living room. I saw him rapping. I said, "Oh, look, there go my dad."
Luda. But yeah, you got a crash done be fired up.
Yeah, man. It's not who you think it is.
Hey, Dad.
I want people to understand, this is going to sound really weird. Birthday parties for kids are going to hit a lot different when you play this dude's song. The younger generation loves to whip and nay-nay.
Oh, shit. I know.
Yeah, you can't play that song around kids no more. I'll tell you why. The guy who actually created that song, Silento, this motherfucker is getting 30 years in prison. 30 years. Now, what did he do? He killed his cousin. That alone? Why? Bro had arguably unlimited money being a one-hit wonder for children's birthdays parties for the next 50 fucking years. He screwed that up. All because he wanted to kill his cousin. Now, I don't know what he did it for. I don't know. He was popular 10 years ago, and 10 years later, he finna spend the rest of his life behind bars. Now, what actually happened, he pled guilty to malice murder, but then that was dropped, and then he actually got charges of voluntary manslaughter, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and then turned around and was also concealing the death of another. So not only did he kill his cousin, he tried to hide the body. Yeah, that's terrible. So yeah, the manslaughter got him 20, and the possession got him another couple 5. So he's got time served. But I mean, just every time I hear "Now let me whip and let me nay," I'm just gonna be thinking about how this nigga killed his cousin every time. And every time I see kids run to the dance floor to do the dance, and I'll be like, yeah, we gotta hit the next song. It's not gonna hit the same. So that just be a lesson, folks. Don't kill your cousin.
Don't kill him.
Just pay somebody else to do it. I'm lying. Don't do that either.
Is there any context? Not saying that it justifies anything whatsoever, but is there any backstory
there's
on
any context? I've been searching and kind of doing the details of it. It really wasn't. It was more of him kind of. He pled mentally ill, so that was his cop out. So I'm saying it was him trying to, be crazy. I guess something was dealing with his mental. But he had got arrested. Folks were looking for him. He had a ratchet in the house. You know what I'm saying? He really was just spiraling because he got arrested for going 143 on the highway. Which in Georgia, you can only do that at nighttime. You ain't doing that shit in the middle of the day.
That insanity plea is always a Hail Mary for people.
He pled insanity and got 30 in a biscuit. So always matter, folks. And now back to our regular scheduled program. You muted, nigga.
All right, so bring up the song we're gonna review today. We got Cam Cole. You might have changed his name, bro. It's a little too close to Cam, bro. You might have to file a suit. You feel me?
Nah, hold up. Well, we had a hip hop history post the other day. And the dude that commented on it, his handle was Suge White. And I'm kind of upset about that because he's obviously a viewer of the pod. And I take my nicknaming very seriously. I don't swipe nicknames from anybody whatsoever. I did not give you permission to use Suge White. So if you could kindly change that, there's plenty of other white play on word monikers that you could use. Suge White is mine. So
there you go. File that lawsuit, homeboy. Let's check it out. Make sure y'all mute y'all mics.
That man said, I want to talk to the manager.
Karen shit, bro. All right, let's roll.
Like, alright. I'm in a 08 Ultima, cruising through the east side. Hot sauce Williams, chicken with like 3 sides. Middle of the summer, but the socks still knee high. Walking around flexing in some hand-me-down Levi's. Like what a shame how these niggas spit the same in a game where the one thing they lacking is fucking range. Time for change. Time for me to penetrate their brains, cause I'm the main. I'm the one who be spitting dope and it came. Now what's fame? Which one of y'all to blame for spreading rumors to these losers, throwing smut up on my name? Act brave, little homie. Come save little homie before he drop a diss and end up in the grave, little homie. Figuratively, of course. Don't make me hop off the porch. I've been the best up in my city. No one passed me the torch. No, y'all ain't fucking with Cole. Just hit a couple of bowls. When he gon' blow? If not yet, man, nobody knows. Got different flows for every day of the week. Now come and try it. Know I'm hot dog, but I'm far from my peak. But never mind it. I'm the one who preach the violence for the ones who need reminding. Gave them 4 for 4, but now I'm 5 for 5 like Laurinaitis. I'm the GOAT. I'm about to hang a rapper past the rope. How do I cope with all this pain? I roll it up and take a toke. Who want the smoke? I just want to provide for all my folks. And if you hating, man, I hope you pussies choke. I'm still the same old dude that they knew from the past. But I bossed up, island living, doing the dash. Niggas crossed up, maybe put my foot in their ass. Niggas talk tough, but lacking when I give them the chance. So what's the deal? So what's the deal? No, tell me, dog, what's the deal? Like, what's the problem with you rap niggas? Full-time whack niggas, please keep it silent if ain't speaking about that cash, nigga. Got my city on my back, nigga. Hey, don't get smacked, nigga. Sorry for cussing mom, but I'm that nigga. Ain't no debating, it's the honest truth. So what you trying to do? All rise, heads turn when I'm sliding through. Hey, this that shit you feel up in your soul. And if you already forgot about the boy, it's Cam Cole, motherfucker. I told y'all it was gonna be one take, right? I told y'all that. No lies, no lies.
He let that beat rock on for about 45 seconds. You could have added another verse, homeboy.
Yeah.
That's kind of some lazy shit. But let's get to it. What did y'all think of Cam Cole's 52? I guess we'll start with Cloud since your name first on the list, bro. What do you think?
Damn, now you making me go first. Shit. It was cool. It wasn't like anything like. It was kind of like just the like by the dozens like rapidy rap type of shit. He can rap though. He can rap. The beat was kind of like whatever though. Beat was very like Larry June type beat. So I wasn't like super crazy about that. I'm kind of in the middle.
There you go. There you go with that fence sitting shit. What you got, bro?
Yeah, I guess I would be leaning more towards just the fact that he could rap, leaning more towards thumbs up. So I guess I'll give him a thumbs up.
D's get the grease. Sound like you gave him a D. There you go. C. All right, we got an up. I'm kind of surprised he finally gave a thumb. I figure you would like that shit though. You like that rappy rap type shit. All right, next up, Cam. What you think, bro?
I'm not mad at that. I mean, the production could use a little bit of work. It seemed like it was just like a cipher verse or something that he had stowed away. That's why he kind of let the beat run away from him at the end. He got a little bit lazy with some of the wordplay towards the end, and the reason I say that because there's pockets that he finds early that are dope. Like you could tell he could write really well. He's got some really dope schemes that he strung together really well. He really he was whipping pots in a few of those lines, and I was cool with it. But then he, you could tell he got a little bit complacent towards the end, kind of like filler type shit. But he's cool. I've listened to more of his shit. That didn't really seem like a song. It just kind of seemed like a nice 32 type shit, which is there's a lot of potential there. So I'll go back to Cam Cole and see what he's putting out. I'll keep up with him. So that's a thumbs up.
Okay, you halfway there. You halfway to the finish line. 2 thumbs up. As for me, I feel it was parts where you almost try to fit too many words in a bar toward the beginning. I'll be interested to see how he performs that song live. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how his breath control is, because I feel like it was a little jumbled, but it was a good track. I feel as though it was nothing to write home about. I'm like Cloud a little bit. It's nothing like particularly that make me be like, oh yeah, that motherfucker gonna be a star. It's like, you a good rapper, bro. You're like a cleanup hitter in the MLB, bro. You like a good shortstop. You feel me? But I'll be interested to hear more. I think he's not as consistent as much, you know what I'm saying? Because this project dropped in 2023. I think he dropped a little something earlier this year, so he may be in that kind of low shit ain't popping off quick. But I think he got potential, man. Keep rapping, bro. I fucks with it. I give you the thumbs up. You feel me? Southside, bring it home.
You know, we get these type of niggas who come in the game all the time and they just rap and rap. And it might not be the best production, but they just be rapping. And I just got one thing to say about that. That's what the fuck we need. That's what we need, right? That's what is missing. No, seriously. I appreciate it. This isn't a song that you're going to hear at somebody's concert. This ain't some song that you're going to be like, oh, this is probably one of the best songs on the album. No. But what it does is exactly what you needed to do. You wanted to hear somebody just flow on a halfway to good, decent beat and give you all the opportunities to hear their skills, find their pockets, flow. So it's some thumbs up for me. I have no issues. The foundation's there. It's good. I enjoyed it. This is something I would throw on if I'm just trying to vibe out, just relax, chill. You know, this is good music. So I enjoy. Plus, anybody who got enough confidence to let a beat ride for 45 seconds, that's a thumbs up in my opinion. Because you gotta have some confidence to let a beat ride for 45 seconds at the end of the song. You gotta have confidence in yourself. This nigga said, you know what? I'm done rapping. Let the beat take it.
Let that shit ride.
Let that shit ride. You know how he had to be feeling himself in the booth to say, let that shit ride. That's how you know.
I will say that he did a little self-snitching there because he said, I'm in a 08 Altima. So you got to stop driving your girlfriend's car. Get your own car. Okay? Get you a job. Get your own car.
Caught a stray. Get you a job, Tommy. Yeah, but that was good. That was a good. I think that was a good song, man. That was a good way to switch it up. Keep rapping, brother. Drop some more consistently. And if you like what you heard from Cam Cole, we got his Instagram pulled up. Make sure y'all go follow the homeboy. You feel me? Get that follower count up for him and shit. Make him encourage some more drops from him. You feel me? All right, man. That's all I got. Any last words on that? All right. Keep it rolling. Let's go ahead and go into our comedy skit. What we got here? Oh, bars. Let me pull this shit up real quick. If you like high octane bars around this bitch, I think it's a lot of K solo in this. O solo, I should say. I feel like Cassidy is always
me losing to a lame rapping. It's like you wipe your butthole and your nose with the same napkin. The shit's not happening.
Cops are not dumping. Yeah. The block and I am from it. Shots through the first floor, you probably know who done that. Mac for the grown-ups, the kids get the nugget. I'm starting. Your body says Rakishi, but your face says Mark Henry. Very ugly. As soon as the kid shows, you can tell he's ugly. As soon as the buzz, he's very buzzing. Lights, cameras, action. That's the life of an actor. White boy with a Jesus piece. What's that? Christ on a crack. Bruises need bandages. Jaws need dolls. Bitches get stitches if your dogs get involved. Quick question. What kind of dressing you like on your knuckle sandwich?
Shout out to the homie old Solo, bro. Battle rap.
Solo's
Alright.
voice always cracks me up. Like that slur he's got with in his voice. It's dope. It always gets me every time.
Man, he got the like preacher shit down.
I can imagine him like reading like children's stories, and that shit just being hilarious. You know,
They fucked up not putting the and reload with the bullets that came out of him and that shit. That shit's classic.
Shout out to Oak, the general. All right, next topic we got discussion question. Eminem Sues Meta with damages reported over 1 million. I don't think it's actually Eminem. I think it's somebody affiliated with him, one of his old producers or something. But we're just gonna take it on face value. Could this signal the end of free use music online on personal accounts? Is what I'm talking about, not necessarily like platforms, right? A lot of people put music to the background and things like that. Do y'all think that's a good or bad thing? And better yet, should art be freely distributed? So I'm tossing that out to y'all. Do y'all think art is art? As long as you're not profiting out of it, you should be able to use it. And it's 2 parts in that, good or bad thing, because artists will get paid, I guess, more from that. So what do y'all think, man?
Nah, man, because there's licensing that needs to be done. So it's like a company as big as Meta not licensing his shit, because it is Eminem that is suing them because they didn't properly license the shady catalog to Meta. So yeah, I mean, hey man, like when it's a company that big, yeah, get every fucking penny you can. Fuck them.
Yeah, and you know it's on principle too, because Eminem don't need no $1 million. So.
Oh, he's suing him for like 35, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, he don't need no money. So it's a principle play.
Not only does he not need the money, he's also showing people that, it's not okay to use my shit without my permission. And I think so many people get caught up in the haywire of like, oh, I want to hit songs so I can just be popular everywhere on social media, but you losing money because your shit not licensed. And you don't have control over it. And people are making millions of dollars off of the hard work you put in, and you're not seeing the dime in that. So just like Cam said, that shit is definitely a principle play.
Well, my question is, could it trickle down? You feel me? Let's say if Eminem does win his lawsuit successful, does it make those platforms more skittish for any type of music to be on there?
It should. It'd be the same thing that TikTok had to go through when a lot of the music from, I think it was Universal, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. When a lot of music was pulled from the record labels pulled a lot of those artists' music off of TikTok. So a lot of people's shit was getting either taken down, copyrighted claim, or you just had a TikTok that was up there with no sound. And I feel like that could be kind of an effect of it, of probably apps, companies like Meta kind of reaching out to make sure, like, hey, is it okay if we license your music so we can use it, this, that, and forth, just to protect themselves going forward? Or they might just not use artist music and just come up with some generic bullshit for people to use to try to, backdoor, because people don't always want to spend that money if it's not going to benefit them.
I say it could lead to something bad if we think about it, right? A lot of artists simply have their whole career off TikTok viral moments, right?
Correct.
Ice Spice, Black Boy JB, Chief Keef even. Chief Keef didn't, you know what I mean? You don't think Chief Keef?
He was an exception. He was an exception. He's an exception.
But people were sharing their shit. So I think there is a kind of a bridge in there where if you're coming on the uprise, you know what I'm saying, it could be beneficial. Even if you may necessarily make your coins off your shit going viral on the platform, you can make your coins later on from having that exposure, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's a caveat in there. I think it could make them.
But there's less hands in the pot too for those smaller artists, there's a lot of hands in
It's
the pot of Eminem. You know what I
it's
mean?
pennies
So,
on the dollar for a smaller artist, and I think that's the bigger thing. Is like people are willing to take the sacrifice of not getting paid by the companies for licensing their shit out, knowing that if my music goes viral enough on these social media platforms, that it could result in me getting a record deal, which is essentially what everybody be aiming for any fucking way.
Should art be freely distributed? Is art free?
That's a tricky, slippery slope, because I feel like, me personally, as someone who's stolen over probably $5 million worth of music online, I truly feel like I've taken money out of my favorite artists' pockets. I feel like I've robbed these niggas blind. I do feel like there should be some type of compensation for everything that you put out, but it's also crazy because that's kind of where like the mixtape game kind of came in and saved us a little bit, because we would pay for albums, but when we got mixtapes, we knew those shits were free. So we were I'm okay with spending money on your album because you're also supplying me with free music on the side. So it's like, it's give and take. So I don't, it's all that gray area. It is a give and take somewhere. Like, yeah, you should be compensated, but if you want to put this out and you want it to be, free for everybody to be involved, maybe it benefits you further down the line, then yeah, I support it. But it's a really gray area.
Yeah. If you look at like the Shiggy dude, right? People was paying Shiggy actual money to like dance to their fucking songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are actually paying influencers and shit to like do little fucking jigs to their fucking songs. You feel me? So it's like, where's the caveat in there? If they didn't have that free distribution of that music to be able to use it to make little fucking viral dances and shit, and where did they hear that fucking viral music? They heard it on TikTok and Meta and all these other places, right? So yeah, it's kind of iffy to me, man. It's I think that's a real nuanced fucking question. You probably write a thesis on that bitch. You feel me? I guess we should turn to Cloud as the resident motherfucker with licensed music and shit out there. What do you think about that, Dan?
Yeah, everything should be. You shouldn't just be able to like put music on your platform and the artist not be compensated. Especially Meta.
Yeah, Zuckerberg, man, I don't know, bro. I fully understand that part of the equation or whatever. Yeah, I just think it may not have a good effect for everybody in the long run, but that's all I got. Do we think Eminem, did he win the suit already, or is it over? Do you know?
Pretty sure it's ongoing.
Yeah, they'll probably settle. They'll probably settle.
All right. So, any last thoughts on that subject right there? All right, and pull up the next joint. And being that we were talking about the old heads carrying this shit, right? I think this is kind of relevant to this shit as well. If you're over 35, play the video real quick.
You over 35 and still rapping? Keep rapping, my boy. Keep going to that studio, because these motherfucking young bulls is trash. They're not authentic. They're not original. Majority of them is talentless. They don't have their own sound. They don't have their own identity. They all sound the same, do the same shit, dick eat off of each other. And honestly, majority of this music today is just trash. And you know why? Because see, back in the day, you didn't have to be known. You know what I'm saying? If you had the talent, the labels was going to make sure they made you known. You know what I mean? You didn't have to be known. Today, it's the opposite. If you got the talent, they don't give a fuck. They want to know if you popular. Do you have popularity? Do you have a large following, a fan base? And then if you got that, it don't matter if you trash. They want you. They want to sign you. So if you 35 and up, keep on going. Fuck all of that. Oh, I'm getting old shit. No, we need y'all. We need y'all to save music. We need the real lyricists back. We need the ones that, I'm saying, the music had a message. I'm saying, made an impact. Where when you listen to a song, you felt that shit. I'm saying, it spoke to you, talked to you. We need that. So if you 35 and up, keep rapping, Unc. Keep fucking going, because we need you out here.
My name is Anthony Young with
You have
Anthony
it.
I love Philadelphia people, bro. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. She's straight off a block in Kensington. I could tell just the way she was talking.
All right, well there you have it, man. A lot to unpack there, actually. So you hear that? 3 stacks? Get your ass in the booth. But it's the 35 plus demographic carrying rap right now. What do y'all think, man?
Well, here's the thing, yo. Like, you got to think like the whole demographic that's listening to hip hop has aged too. You know, it's hip hop started in '73, but as far as like what we hear today, like the influences are still they're still relevant. You know, like you can make similar songs that people were making in the early 2000s, late 90s, and they still hit now because we as a fan base are still around. We didn't die out as we aged. So the consumers are still right there with it. You know, like as far as a demographic of like music listeners go, I would say hip hop has the widest range of ages at this point. You know, everybody else is starting to die. You gotta think like if hip hop started in '73 and now it's 2025, like that age range is huge. So people are gonna mature. People are gonna mature, and that music that they used to listen to is gonna mature, and they're still gonna want the same type of music. So she's got a really good point. Like, when I hit 50, I'm not gonna be waiting to hear what 18 and 19-year-olds are dropping. What the fuck are they gonna tell me about life? You know what I mean? Like if you don't got any adversity to give me as someone who's been through a lot of adversity, I'm gonna tune you out because I've matured, and that's what I want to hear now, and that's not gonna change. Which is kind of interesting to think about because when you think about this generation, the younger generation now, like, are they gonna age out the type of shit they're listening to right now?
That shit might get worse, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's a weird. I mean, I don't want to. It's not like a hip hop is dying type thing. It's just something's got to change with young artists and society and like what they want to listen to. And part of it's TikTok brain and that kind of shit too. But as people mature, they're gonna want music that's matured with them. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, those artists, to be honest, like the microwave. Who said the microwave music shit? Those artists are eventually going to die down. You know what I'm saying? If you have no substance, you're really not gonna stick around, right? Is the no substance people from the 90s still sticking around? You feel me? I don't really believe so. The Nas's, the Jay-Z's, they sticking around, right?
There wasn't really any no substance rap artists in the 90s.
Nope. Now, I mean, to an extent, and but I do think that the 35, you know, that upper mid to late 30s kind of demographic, I don't want to say they're carrying rap. Because like, it's weird because like, it's not that they're carrying rap. It's kind of like, realistically, they are rap. Like, they are what we know as real hip hop nowadays. Like, everybody who's in that 30 and up range has really kind of molded what we know to be this day as hip hop, and good and bad, to be quite honest. But I do think that Cam made a good point. You know, we pushing 40, 50. We not gonna give a fuck about what these little young niggas saying right now. I'm 30 and I don't give a fuck about what these young niggas saying right now.
Should sound like Mandarin Chinese. Some of that shit. In some instances, it's entertaining because you see like there's talent within them, so you kind of gravitate to them. But when we're trying to listen for some substance, yeah, it's difficult for somebody who 20, 22 years old rapping about their struggles, and it's like, my nigga, you ain't lived enough life to fucking struggle yet, bro.
You've had a cell phone since you were 9 years old, bro.
Exactly. You came out the womb and motherfuckers was already having technology in your hands and like we had to build social media. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to build so many things in our generation. So everything that we work on and we enjoy from hip hop, it comes from people who are in their late 40s, early 40s, late 30s. Some people around our age. And I ain't gonna lie, there's some people around our age that be making some bullshit. Case in point, I made a tweet when Playboy Cardi hit the stage. I made a tweet. I laughed because I literally pointed out how everybody over the age of 35 had no idea who the fuck he was. All they saw was a bisexual vampire up there just yelling about fucking words. They dead ass didn't know who he was. And I tweeted after that, I said, so wait a minute, hold on. Nobody knows who the fuck Playboy Cardi is. I know him and I'm gonna support him because he from my city. But that's different. Like that's different. Like nobody over the age of 35 was like, oh yeah, I know him. I listen to his music. No, that shit was not going. So like, yeah, these niggas prefer somebody like a Dom Kennedy who really gonna rap about what the fuck they've been through, trying to get some money and really trying to enjoy their life. Like it's okay, bro. I don't mind hearing a nigga rap about his 401k. I need to learn some new shit. That's cool with me. I can't relate to the young nigga who just got out of damn gym class who ready to fucking fight because somebody done try to text his girl. That ain't. I can't relate to that no more, man. I got real problems. I gotta pay rent.
Man, we gotta trademark that 401k music, dog. It gotta go on a t-shirt, bro.
Hey, do you think like,
yeah, man, 401k music go crazy, man. Like
that would go nuts. But do you guys think that like the hoops that we had to jump through as youth to access the music that we really wanted to listen to, whether it's like downloading and taking 3 days to burn CDs and just not having the resource to get everything like right away, I think that's led us to appreciate music at a different level.
Yeah, that's right.
That younger people aren't even capable of like understanding. You know what I mean?
I agree fully. I also think that streaming really killed the appreciation for music because a lot of people don't necessarily appreciate an entire album because you can pick and choose what songs you want to download. Right. Whereas when you had to buy an album, you were stuck. Yeah, you could just skip the song, but you were stuck with whatever you got. Like now you can buy individual songs. You don't even have to buy the full album. So you can tailor the album that you want to listen to your liking.
Yeah. Like, and even more recently, you remember how sparingly you use those skips on Pandora?
Yeah.
When you only had a certain amount of skips. He's like, I don't really like this song, but like I can't waste this skip.
Pandora,
I'm gonna have to listen
made
to it.
me appreciate certain artists because I had to listen to songs that I didn't really care for because I didn't want to burn a skip. You know what I'm saying? You got an 8-hour shift. You listen to Pandora. You only got 6 skips. You can't even use one an hour. Even if you're there for 8 hours, you got a break. You still got to get through one whole hour of skip. Like you can't skip for an entire hour. So you stuck. So it's like, in that sense, especially in this sense, of course, I don't think people really truly understand the concept of burning mixtapes nowadays. Because like we make playlists, but we don't make them to where the songs that we hear from different artists could blend together on one whole tape. Whereas we just make playlists of songs we like. Like,
yeah,
I have a dedicated playlist for rock and alternative, but if I'm being 100% real, this is a fault of my own. Some of them songs don't belong together. There's no need for me to have fucking the Gorillas on one song and then 3 tracks later it's death metal. That just don't blend. So yeah, I kind of fuck up on that, but that's kind of like where the problem is now. Like, just that
I don't even think young people are like listening to. I got this little bubble that works for me, right? And every once in a while, if he's doing great, I'll let him run the stereo, the Bluetooth stereo that we bring on the roof at work. And This little motherfucker, like, he'll run through like 6 songs playing like 45 seconds of each song. And I'm like, Bubba, you gotta let that shit run. All right. First of all, you keep taking your gloves off, you can get your ass back to work. But second of all, just let the shit run. You know?
Mm-hmm. too much access to like being able to seek through the song and fast forward and like it's, and also a lot of people don't want to do their research. So a lot of the shit that like, and I hate to say this, but SoundCloud and my mixtapes were like are 2 apps that I personally use a lot to go back and hear a lot of the shit that I heard in 2012, 2009, and 2008. Like that's how I keep myself fresh and not burnt out of all this new shit. Cause I'll go back because I can't handle the new Young Thug, but because so he be on some bullshit sometimes. But let me hop on my mixtapes, nigga. I'm bumping I Came From Nothing 1, 2, and 3 like it's nothing, bro. Like I go back and I listen. I think the new generation artists that are coming up, they don't have an appreciation for what the fuck came before them. They don't. And they don't want to do the research to do that because everybody only want to argue one thing. That is fucking numbers. Niggas argue numbers like they work for the fucking label. And it's like, that's not what's carrying hip hop. That's not what's most important. What's most important is the artistry. Numbers, business side, none of that shit matters. It's literally like niggas complaining about the ratings of the NBA finals. And you got 2 teams that can fucking hoop in the finals. Why the fuck do you care about the ratings? You don't work for fucking ABC. That shit should not matter to you.
That's the AK shit. Act did that shit.
But that's numbers. But that's a different conversation between the songs because him and Maul and other motherfuckers are not helpful. Like they're not helpful to the genre of hip hop because they don't. They themselves don't even push artists. They don't promote what's new or artists that are coming up who need that platform. Just like BET not doing it, them niggas not doing it either. Hell, they don't even know the artists that are in front of them.
Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it.
Didn't even know who Wale was.
The DJs ain't doing it. Nobody's doing it. Everything.
DJs can't DJ nowadays. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing.
Cloud. That's a whole different thing. DJs can't DJ nowadays. They just throw on a couple. Ass shaking tracks, whatever's been played on the radio. While you got a bunch of niggas standing in the section paying for a $200 bottle of Hennessy, and you sit in the section with cracked leather. It's just bad all around.
Yeah, definitely. Any last thing on the 35 of the unks carrying shit? Let's get ready to move on to the next joint I got. This should be a good one. I think this is gonna be a fucking good one. What's the most underrated rap group? And that's good. I'm glad I included that with that BET thing we hit earlier. But they put groups that one group. I'll just scroll through this a little bit, just see what they say in here. Camp Low, got UGK, Gym Class Heroes, Underachievers, Far Side, the Afros. I don't know who the fuck that is. Cannibal Ox, Beastie Boys, Arm & Hammer, Def Squad, Rage Against the Machine.
Shout out Arm & Hammer.
Locks, Mob Deep. They not underrated. They right where they need to be. Onyx, what's time? Dirty. What you know about Dirty, homeboy? Hit the Flow, Bone Thugs. Some of these are not underrated, but I'm gonna do y'all personal opinions as to what groups y'all feel are underrated, and then we also gonna flip that later on, see who's fucking overrated. But who do y'all think doesn't get their flowers as far as a group and being dope? You feel me?
Dog Pound and Camp Low for sure.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
Easily Arm & Hammer for me.
Yeah, most of these on the list aren't. I mean, Camp Low, yeah, but I'm gonna go with Year of the Ox. If nobody's familiar with Year of the Ox, you guys need to go dive into that shit because that's some next level. That's some next level hip hop. 2 Asian cats out of Virginia.
I see you can throw Jedi mind tricks in there if you want to. Fucking
Yeah, but I mean, underrated by who though? Like on the main stage, yeah. But as far as like on the main stage, yeah. But like on people who know hip hop, Jedi mind tricks isn't underrated. You know, super highly respected by people that know hip hop.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'll give you that. I think this is more referring to the mainstream people who probably won't get their flowers till later on. You feel me? You know what I mean? Smith and Wesson.
Souls of Mischief, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. I think we got a good list of underrated. I think it's more interesting to say who's overrated, dog. What groups you think have been overrated throughout the years? I know I got one.
Oh.
I'm gonna say brand Nubian is overrated, dog.
Overrated?
Overrated. I said it.
Nah, you might be bugging with that, man. You bugging. You bugging.
I don't know, man.
Who did you say?
He said brand Nubian, man. He said brand Nubian overrated.
I think Lord Jamar brought down his stock.
Lord Jamar by himself, yeah, but it's like you got Grand Poobah and Sadat. They more than make up for it.
I think they would have been better off solo from the jump.
No, because you go listen to Grand Poobah shit. I respect Grand Poobah, but he shouldn't have went solo.
I don't know. What y'all got though, man?
It's really hard because I don't really think of.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard question because it's you.
I wanna I don't want to say they're overrated in terms of like where they are in the hip hop game, especially because like they're kind of like not a group anymore. They don't really. I feel like they could have been better than what they were, and I was gonna say Injury Reserve. That was the only thing I could come up with, and I would say Injury Reserve just because I feel like the content of their albums were great, but I feel like they could have done a lot better. That's like the only group, but I wouldn't even say like they're like grossly overrated. Like maybe just like a tad.
I wouldn't say they're overrated at all because they're not even rated at all. I know who they are. I'm hip to them, so it's like, but like people don't talk about fucking Injury Reserve.
I mean, I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like. That's just me because I just been listening to them.
I got one. Ray Shremmerd.
Yeah,
that's kind of low hanging fruit, dog.
Yeah, I had to pick it.
For the time, that's like another one though. I would say like nobody. Who the fuck is like
not anymore
about Ray Shremmerd at this point in time?
Damn, that's a good one.
I actually would say, again, this is probably going because they're probably not rated as much, but they don't really make. It's like they're a group. No, that's not fair.
I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. Griselda.
Oh, and you tell me?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it, man. Griselda is very fucking overrated.
Ooh.
As a group, they're better as a group than they are individually.
I think I know where he's going with this, though. Like it's not as even around the whole group. You know what I mean? Like when you look at Wu-Tang, like when you look at Wu-Tang, people have like their subjective opinions on
who's better,
who's who. You know what I mean? But it is not up for debate when you talk about Griselda. Like you know who plays what position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And when I say
what he's saying.
Yeah, and when I say that, I'm talking about the main three. I'm not talking about like Rome, Boldy.
Yeah. Well, we know that. Yeah.
But like West Side is he's not a good rapper, man. He's not a good fucking rapper. And
I mean,
his strength is beats. His strength is beats and curating.
I don't.
Now, you see y'all laughing, but he's not
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I think it's more so.
Sold chicken tenders at the car wash.
Yeah, he's like a meme, bro. He's like a meme.
So it's more so a debate of like who's better between Conway or Benny? And then that debate always goes into, well, who's got the better individual projects? And is that for? I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You know what though?
Conway's the best, and that's become.
I mean,
very
yeah. I mean, we all know that, but you know, other people might not.
Well, you know, like West Side Gun is almost like the Easy E of that group to me, like the charismatic.
Same comparison
to me, but you know, what I mean, I'm not saying you can't rap.
Again, like, I don't disagree. I'm just saying that's just
like the charisma, the motherfucker who kind of more business minded out of all of them to me and shit. He's kind of plays that lane to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I get that. I got an easy one. So D12. D12 was hugely overrated, bro.
I can agree with that.
Bizarre shit. Bizarre put out the worst shit I've ever heard in my.
Bizarre's trash, but the rest of them, I wouldn't really say
it wasn't even
overrated, bro, because they never really got like I don't know if they got the push to even be overrated.
Yeah, no,
if
that's
anything,
a good point,
I would more say underrated. Honestly,
I don't know,
because I was gonna they approved.
I was gonna mention Slaughterhouse for like a similar reason, just because of like the falling out, and it's like a what could have been type of scenario. You know what I mean? But not from like a perspective of like talent.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw this out here, bro. Fuck it. NWA. It's overrated, dog.
I mean,
I'm really not mad at that because
I'm not mad at that because we know the dynamic and we know that Cube was the one kind of really holding everything together.
Yeah, it was Cube and Ren, and outside of that,
it was shown that like, yeah, these niggas can't hold a candle to Cube, and it's crazy. So I do think a very underrated group that don't get their flowers enough is the Cool Kids. I feel like they set the standard at some point.
They didn't have enough material. They didn't have enough material.
But that's the thing. They still going now. Separately too. And it's still working out. But I think that's just I feel like we have good groups, but I think a lot of them are so underground and like we don't have that mainstream group thing in hip hop anymore.
Right.
They just don't like after Ray Sherman, what other groups have we had? Like outside the Migos or Ray Sherman? Like what groups are we having? But these motherfuckers are just actually like staying together and they're making music together. And they can go their way separately and do their own thing. Like they're not doing that. Like
I think you have potential with the Dope Boys Cash Out shit, which Jeezy fumbled that shit. But payroll's still going, you feel me? But yeah, you're right, bro. I can't think of too many modern. That's why Griselda probably is getting.
It was out and in the most modern like group, a couple of modern groups I was thinking of. I was like, all right, well, we got Cool Kids, and then I was thinking about Brockhampton, and Brockhampton broke up, and then I was thinking Injury Reserve, and then Old Buddy died. I was like, damn. And then I thought about Warren Brew, and I was like, okay, Warren Brew is great. That's a great choice. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, Ray Wright doing his own thing, and the other two niggas have been just been doing absolutely nothing.
Is Earth Gang still together?
Yeah, but they don't. Nobody really checking for Earth Gang. They finna go on tour. They finna go on tour. Earth Gang exists. I think that like they're like Big Sean. Like they exist. Like you know they're there, but you don't hear nothing from them that make you be like, oh, I need to hear that. Like, it's just like Big Sean.
Bro, you gotta get the fucking. You gotta get this from Big.
Oh man, hey.
We got a comment that I gotta address before we move on. It says Eminem Go, Lil Wayne album fire, Diddy jail forever, and because you went 1 out of 3 and the last one was just super low hanging fruit,
That's Bizarre's burner.
Hold this time out, bro. Hold this time.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's crazy. 1 for 3 is insane.
Boom, dude. Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he trolling, man. I seen Buddy in there.
Yeah, that's 1 for 3 is insane.
Y'all fucked up. Gave me a timeout button. Y'all fucked up, dude. You better come correct.
Hey,
I will wield these timeouts.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right, let's get up out of here, man. Let's go to our final segment we got going on here. What are you listening to, man? So if anybody got your playlist handy, available, man, let's get these people some fucking music to listen to, check out. Let them know what you got going on in the playlist. Whoever wants to start can go.
I'll start, man. I've been spinning that A$AP Rock project like nonstop, bro. And as like a lifelong A$AP Rock fan, I'm just honestly like I wrote the review and it was like a little glazy. I ain't even gonna front. I'm not even gonna front about it. But I mean, just the quality of sound that this dude has given us for almost 30 years is so crazy impressive at this point, and to never waver from like the shit that got him to the show is I'm just grateful to live in this time period, you know. But outside of A$AP, I've still been listening to Marlon Craft, a lot of Isley Brothers at work.
What?
Like, yeah, I rock with the Isleys. A little bit of Bobby Caldwell.
Caldwell.
That's about it, man. And just like the normal shit, the Vinny Paz's, the OT, the little bit of RJ Payne. You know?
That's not bad. I'm mad at that. Who next, yo?
For me, my bad, Carl, you go.
Yeah, man. First of all, Forest of the Happy Ever After by Killer Priest is one of the best fucking albums ever. And that's like a couple of years old, but that's almost like J Electronica. What's it called? Act 1, Eternal Sunshine. It's that on steroids. So that's fucking amazing. I've been listening to that. And Summer Rain Cafe by Killer Priest too. I've been listening to, that's fucking funny. You're talking shit about NWA. I've been listening to Easy. It's on 187. I've been listening to Edon. Some Jizza, Grandmasters, and the new Overcast album, just fire, and Cash Cobain and Shaoli. But yeah, that's it.
Not mad at that list either. That's a good list. Southside, what you got, bro?
I got the reviews none for I did Black Boy Max, other album, terrible. I did one for Black Youngster, extra terrible. That Black Youngster album made me want to watch a Medea movie. That's how bad it was. That shit was ass. Like that shit was what you wipe your ass with, and it's on the toilet paper. That shit was that type of ass.
You know how down bad you gotta be to watch a Medea movie?
That's what I'm saying. That shit was horrible. But there's a new open mic Eagle single called Contraband. People gotta check that out. Overcast. That's probably one of my favorite albums this year. He's way too slept on as an artist. At this point, he's absolutely slept on. The director's cut for veteran from JPEG Mafia was pretty dope. Bad Motherfucker from Primo Rice, got that review out. That's done. Internet Explorer by Big Baby Gucci. That's another one people got to check out. Of course, A$AP Rock. And then a couple new artists such as Hush Ivory, Nani Goins, Maz. They've got some songs that are popular on TikTok. I gotta download and listen to it. In the middle of listening to Chicken P, this project, so it might not get the greatest score, but you know, it's chicken, you know, hit or miss.
All right, man. What I got? I listen to a lot of the same shit, so only say shit that I like doing this week. The horrendousness of the Carter 6 made me go back to the Carter 2 and 3. So listen to that, bump that shit. 112 where the players dwell. We gotta get that smooth shit in there once in a while. So I went back to some 112 shit. I listened to that new Key Glock, I should say, Step Brothers. I listen to a lot of Finesse, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's my new go-to ratchet shit. Got to take a break from Future, bro. So Finesse and slid into that motherfucker slot.
He got good gym music.
Yeah, for sure. Styles P, Gangsta and the Gentleman went back to that shit. That's my shit. And kind of going through the 8-ball MJG discography, man. Underrated legends of the game. I should have put them in the fucking underrated category. I think they should get more recognition, but I guess they get about where they deserve, right? So that's all I got, man. So let's get ready to get up out of here. So whatever y'all been doing, give y'all this last segment. Promote what you got to promote. You feel me? If you're working on something, let the people know. We got 75 people. Let's get up to 100 before we get up out of here. Rice. Cam, what the fuck you been working on, bro?
menoforder.com/CassiusCam. Use my promo code CassiusCam for all your supplements and merchandise so I can make some money too.
Love that money. Woo! Cloud, what you been working on, bro?
Just dropped a single with Corrupt last week. So
shit.
Go peep that. It's called Apocalypse Now. It's coming on streaming, but it's on my page right now, which is John Cloud the First.
I was wondering. I was waiting for it on streaming.
Yeah, it should be up this weekend.
I can't just hold Instagram wide open with my phone playing all day. You know what I mean?
Fucking up people's phone battery trying to say shit. But salute to you, bro. Working with the legends and shit, doing your thing, bro. Yeah, ho! Take your ho out the door. Southside, what the fuck you working on, bro?
Working on trying to turn the list into a book.
Oh shit.
The basic package gonna run me about 400 bones. So I am in the process looking to just get it out for people in my own way. So if anybody want access to the document, the list, just let me know. Just hit me up. My social media is the same everywhere I go. Pretty much that. And then you know, anybody got any problems with me, man? I told y'all niggas, man, y'all can hop on this Tekken and get y'all ass beat. Get my nigga hard ring, man. Don't play with me, man. Take that shit serious.
Shout out to you, brother, for promoting literacy, because motherfuckers can't read these days. Yeah, ho! You always get a yeah ho for a book reference. And all I'm doing is working on this motherfucking platform. So we're going to keep growing this bitch. We appreciate everybody that stopped in, everybody that left a comment, everybody that tunes in every week. Got us to, I think, 1,025. I think we on YouTube. So we study growing. You feel me? And we're going to keep growing this motherfucker till the wheels fall off. So that's all I got, man. So I'll say peace to everybody. Peace to my esteemed panel coming through, holding it down. You feel me? With these discussions. That's all I got. We out.